Here we go. We're gonna test this again. This stream should start by now. And then I'm gonna pop open on my phone just to make sure that it's working. I think, no, if I go to the same link, it shouldn't work, but let me see. Okay, so if I go here and I go click live on my name, then that means I should hear myself, right? Cool, it does work. All right, well, right now what we're gonna do is I had like an angle where you could see myself like in the corner, but it wasn't working, so I'm gonna figure that out for the next one. But here's what we're doing today. I have some content work that I'm working on for the bro. His name is Jesse Gennari. We pretty much shot a bunch of content in Chinatown and downtown Los Angeles. Why did I say that? In DTLA. But yeah, so this is what it looks like, right? Flat. I shot everything in S-Log 2. When you shoot an S-Log 2, you want to make sure that your settings are like your what is it called? Your exposure and ISO, aperture, all of that is like at the best possible for that lighting, because that's how you get the best colors, right? So like, let's say for this one, we're gonna add the color back in. Bam. So like, that's what this looks like now. I'm gonna play back real quick. All right, cool. So now that we have that, this is adding the color back, but we want to get a little bit more deeper with the color correction. So we're gonna add another lumetri color. In the effects tab, you'll go over here on the right side, and then you'll click on lumetri color, drag that on top, and then bam. I have like downloads for LUTs and stuff for my colors. So like, for instance, the one that I downloaded, it says it right here, IWLTBAP underscore psychedelia underscore LUTs pack. It's like, if you look that up on Google, you should be able to find it. Pretty much they give you the utilities you need to get your color back. And then also LUTs you could add. So like, we're gonna add a LUT. Let's see, we're gonna go to, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it is standard. Like, I do this so much, but I still forget. So yeah. And then these are all the different colors. There is a way that you could take like a screenshot and put all the colors on there, so you could kind of see which one you like the most, and then you make adjustments. But the one that I go with, I think the most, is called, I think it's this one. That doesn't look bad either though, but let me see. Oh no, so he has like green colored pants, so we obviously don't want to do something that's going to take away that color. Let's see if it's not that one. Let's try this one. That one's not bad either, but it's very like contrasty. So what I usually do is, it's at 100%, but sometimes I take it like to 40 or 50. And then that's what it looks like with 50. We turn that off. Big difference. Right? Now this is looking pretty good, but we obviously don't want him to like contrasty and dark, so we're going to add another lumetri color layer. Bam. And then now this top, if you look on the left side, the color one where we add the, what is it, the Rec 709 back, is at the bottom. And this actually does matter. The second layer on top is your LUT, and then the third layer on top is your what is it called, your brightness, exposure, highlight, shadows, all that stuff. You want to do it on top. So let me see, hold on, give me 1 second, let me just respond real quick. Oh my god. right, cool. Um, I'll be right back, but let me see if I. Oh yeah, so like for instance, this I might even change it too because I don't want it to be too contrasty. But um, oh, hold on. One Okay, let me see. So let's try to do. If I add exposure, it's gonna add it to the highlights. You see that top right side of the building? It's overexposed there, and that's what I don't want. Um, let me see. So what I want to do is kind of just work in this area, and what I do for that is I go to my curves, and this right here is your mid, highs, uh, and darks. So the mids will brighten him up, but not as much on the top, so that's good. We just need a little bit of that. And then this would also brighten him up a bit around there, and kind of not really touching that because we don't want that top part to get overexposed. So I want to range it somewhere around there. That's not looking bad at all. Now, like I said, if I usually go back and forth a lot, but right now it's at 50%. We might even be able to go to like 40. Let's see how that looks. That doesn't look bad either. But the thing about this too is that shit, hold on. Give me one quick second. Oh shit. If I add exposure, if the rain goes down, yeah. That's fine. Okay. Oh, babe, can you close the door, please? All right, let's try this again. No, yeah, I can't pause it. No, but it's being recorded to stay on the page. All right, let's see where we're at. So we're gonna save this, and all right, let's see what this looks like. Oh, right. So since I put this clip into the and made it a sequence, it made my settings that. So right now this is what the settings are, but you can't you could export it like this and it'll look really good, but these type of what is the word, I forgot what the word is, but this can't be posted on Instagram. So what you have to do is change it to 1080 by 1920, bam, which zooms it in all the way. But what you want to do is go to scale, put it at 50%, and now we're good to go. So all of the videos that I have, they're all going to be like that. So we're just going to copy that scale onto all of them. We're going to paste. I don't want to paste the color just yet, so we're just going to paste the scale motion, and now they're all good to go. Let's watch this and see how this looks. And since I did shoot this in, oh, this is good. So yeah, so like if I were to shoot it in 60 frames slow-mo, then it would have done that, but I did shoot it in 23.976 frames, so that's good. Now we're good to go. This looks good. So pretty much what we're doing is when it comes to these type of content pieces, then all we got to do is add the color, make sure that everything, and I shot this vertically already, so I don't even have to like adjust and keep him in the center. He's already there, and it's pretty much done. This is really quick, fast out content. Right here, this song right now, well, this clip specifically has 2 minutes and 19 seconds of footage that we could use. So that's like 2 posts right there if you want to get into posting content every day, not every, like every other day or something, you know, like at a faster pace. Right here we could cut this in half, and now he has one piece that he could drop one day, and he has the second half of the song that he could drop another day. So, and if you look at this, we have of the same song, we have 1 2 3 4 in total. So now cut those in half, and you have 8 different content posts, even more if, since these have like an intro, that if let's say he just wanted to post the intro, that's how that works. So what we're gonna do now is we'll leave this like this. I'm like half sold with the color. I feel like I could probably get it a little nicer color on it, but it's a good start. So we're just gonna leave that there. We're gonna shut this layer off, and now what we could do is, and this is why I didn't want to like do it all right now, is I wanted to show like the process. What we could do now is add the color that we did on the last clip to this clip. So all you do is highlight that clip, press Command or Control C, which means copy the effects and stuff that you did. You're gonna highlight the clip that you're gonna want to add it to, and you're gonna put Control Alt V, and what that does, it's gonna add everything that we did to that other clip to this new clip. So we have 3 layers of color. We're gonna add that to this one. Bam. But this is why I wanted to like take a second to not do all of that to all of them, because since it's different lighting for all different clips, I still have to go in and adjust. So for instance, this one, super contrasty, not really what I'm looking for. So let's start with, this is the first layer, obviously, is the exposure and stuff. We're gonna turn that off. Way too contrasty. Second layer is the color. Still contrasty. So we're gonna have to get a little bit more in depth with this one. Let's add that color back. It's at 40%, that's fine. So now we're just gonna have to work with the lighting of it. Let's turn this on. Go into curves. And now what we wanna do is just bump those mids a little up. Bump the shadows, the darks around there. And then we could bump this just a bit. Go into basic. The reason I shot it in this specific way too is because I didn't want to see the clouds. I shot this like, if I turn these layers off, this is how flat it looks. And I shot it like this so that I could, when I was looking at my camera settings, I saw that my scopes were looking really good, so that I could see those clouds in the sky and that this sky wasn't overexposed looking crazy. So we're gonna add this in, and add this in. Next, let's bring up right about there. See, that goes, the sky starts losing the clouds. So we don't want to go too much, probably like there, 0.4. Let's see how this looks.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know it. I'm exhausted. Ain't slept in my bed like all year. I'm still on the road, ain't all gears. That's real talk. Yeah, that's real talk.
And also the other thing to take into consideration is that I shot this with a ND filter. So for me to have this type of depth of field, which I think I shot, my lens goes to like a 1.4, I had to put an ND filter, otherwise it would have just been overexposed in this type of lighting in the daylight.
Back and forth with it, trying to get it up to 20 figures. I still don't think that's good enough for how we living. You trolling on the track, we don't get at that. Oh, you know how Janari get the shifting niggas. Real shifty with it. You know how they brought the city get up.
And then so now, since we're going into areas that don't have any sky, I could bump up my exposure. So that's what this is for. They're called keyframes. If you don't know, you pretty much just make a point, like for instance, let's say right here, right? We're gonna add a key point right there, and then we're gonna add another one right here. We're gonna go up like right about there, 1.1. All of this obviously gets cleaned up even more, but it's just to show like the process. So now what I just did is we're going from like regular 0.4 on the exposure, but as we're going, it's gonna go up to a 1.1. So this is what that looks like. See how now that we see that sky back there, it's all overexposed because, where is it at? Because I'm at a 1.1 now. So like if I really wanted to go in and kind of like fix this up, by the time we get to there, I'll go back to a 0.4. So now that'll look like this. And now we see the clouds again instead of it being overexposed. Now right here, go back to a 1.1. So now it'll look like this. One thing I also did, which I did it just to do it, but you don't. I mean, I'll just explain what I did. So since I have a variable ND filter, what happens is I could twist that on my. It's a filter that goes on the top of my lens. I could twist that so that when I twist it, it either gets darker or it gets brighter. The good thing about that is that like I'm technically like on the go changing my exposure myself, the brightness and all that. Um, but the bad thing about it is that I have to be like mindful of that when I'm coming to this edit now, because now certain settings are gonna be like too much or too little depending on what I did on the actual camera. So if I didn't do that, then I would have just been working on the keyframes here. But yeah, it's just a little bit more stuff, and I did that just because I felt like, oh, just to be safe on how like I shoot things, I didn't want to be stuck with a very low light for a clip like in this area, because it's so dark. You see that, like this is what it would have been like if I didn't make the adjustments myself when I was shooting it. So overexposed. So obviously I'm gonna go more into the lighting on this one a little later. So now let's see how this one looks. This is from a different part. If we color, copy and paste the effects like we did on the last clip, this is what it looks like. Off the bat, I already feel like I could brighten it up a tad bit. Right now it's at a 1.0.4. Oh, it's at nothing actually. Let's just look at, oh yeah, I just did some mids and stuff, but let's see what it looks like with it off. So actually this is what I'm gonna do for this one. I'm gonna make a cut where I feel like it's a good promo clip, and then I'm gonna make the adjustments just to that clip so that I don't have to like watch the whole thing and do it to the whole thing. So let's see, I'll see where I cut this. Right there. Bam. So like if he wanted to just keep this whole clip, technically I don't have to, I could bring all it, because there is no like there is whites in his shirt, but there's no sky and stuff. So let's see, and all of that matters because if I bring the exposure up, it's just gonna overexpose that area too. So let's go. Let's go to curves. Let's bring up the darks just a bit. The mids. That's about right. And then we could go and bring up the shadows a bit. And exposure, maybe not yet. Still don't think that's good enough for how we living. You trolling on the track, we don't get at that. Oh, you know how you So let's see. Colors are looking really good. Send this. Bam, bam, bam. Send this right here. And let's send it. Right there, and then let's go to Creus. Bam, bam, bam. Bro. Sorry, you can't actually do for mobile. I have no idea. Okay, cool. Let's go back to this. I want to make sure that my video is still playing, which it is. And how does it sound? All right, that sounds good. Now let's go to the live chat. Leave that there. All right. So from the top on this clip.
Yeah. You know it.
I'll do.
I'm exhausted. Ain't slept in my.
Let's start right there on this one. Bam. So we're gonna cut everything before that. This clip that I'm working on right now, if I were to give this to him, it would just go up to right here. So that clip alone is 55 seconds. That's a very good promo clip for him to post, timing wise. So let's see.
I'm exhausted. Ain't slept in my bed like all year.
Let me bring up the brightness. I probably want to be somewhere around 0.4. Let's leave it at 0.4 for now. That looks like the number I'm always going to. And let's see how this looks now.
I'm still on the road, hit all gears. That's real talk. Yeah, that's real talk. Back and forth with it, trying to get it up to 20 figures. I still don't think that's good enough for how we living. You trolling on the track, we don't get at.
And this type of content, which is short form content, quick, real type of format videos, like this will look good with captions. He could add his lyrics and stuff right here, or I could do it. This is kind of like a shot take type of thing. If I did want to add different shots, I could even cut it up with a different angle, kind of looking like this, let's say. So it'd be like,
Don't get at that. Oh, you know how Jamari get the shifting niggas. Real shifty with it. You know how to.
like, but I don't think he wants that specifically. He wants to just kind of have all one take type of things. So we're not gonna do that for this one. And we're gonna just focus on this take itself. So let's look at it one more time, make sure it's good.
I'm exhausted, ain't slept in my bed like all year. I'm still on the road, hit all gears. That's real talk. Yeah, that's real talk. Back and forth with it, trying to get it up to 20 figures. I still don't think that's good enough for how we living. You trolling on the track, we don't get at that. Oh, you know how Jamari get the shifting niggas. Real shifty with it. You know how they brought the city, get 'em. Boy talking heavy, I don't really think we
That depth of field though.
crack from the Bronx. I don't wanna kill him. Really about to turn it up a notch till it hit the ceiling. Back on my shit, see you back. I had to adapt. Feet cocked up.
And what I do is just like my process of shooting. What are you doing?
What?
What happened to your hair?
I'm just ugly.
Oh my god. They're watching you. Just kidding. No,
I'm craving
I'm
something.
hungry for education.
I'm craving something.
Let me finish this and I'll see where we could go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was I saying? Let me fix my mic. Bájale, please. What was I saying? I was. Oh, the. I think the lighting had changed because there was like a little bit of overcast too sometimes. So I think it's like right over. Where'd it go? No, I think we're good actually. I'm just tripping. All right, let's see how it looks. This side right here, because I wanted to focus on, not focus, but like see this in the background. I think I shot it specifically in a setting to see these clouds. Let me see. I'll be able to tell right now. If I turn off this, and they're still kind of overexposed, but even if I turn everything off, yeah, they're a little overexposed. But that's okay. I could do a keyframe when I get to that point. So what I'll do is, so right here, I'll make a key point. The exposure is at 0.4, so we're gonna start at this time of the sequence. We're gonna add one here. We're also gonna fuck with the highlights, the whites, and the shadows just in case. So now we added key points to all of that. All of this is gonna be animated over time. So let's say right here, right? So now if we bring down the exposure, what happens? It looks like it gets crushed a bit, but nothing really happens to the clouds, and that's kind of where I want my focus to be. Um, but let's leave that. Shadows, we could crush the shadows or bring them up a bit. Let's leave them there. Whites, and that's the thing, that if you don't shoot it with the right settings, the best as possible, you can't get that information back no more in the clouds. That's just, it's gone. Even with me messing with the highlights, see, I could make them disappear, but I can't make them come back. And the best I could do to make them come back is about something like that, which doesn't really do much, but it's something. And if you look over here, all of this is what keyframes do. It pretty much just changes from the setting you were at to the next setting you want it to be at over time. So if there's a good amount of time happening, you won't even notice. Well, the viewers won't notice that you're doing this because it's not too abrupt. Unless it's like in 2 seconds it went from super bright to super dark, then it's more noticeable. Bam. See, so that's a good clip right there. Now the next part, which would be starting, so let's say he posted that, right? Now this is the next one. And you see what I mean by, like, if you don't put it at the best settings you can for the lighting. This was a challenge though, just because the lighting was changing as we were shooting. Clouds are coming in and out, so I had it at the best at the beginning, which was right here. This is like the best because you see there's no bright spots. My settings are right. My scopes look good on my camera. Like it's good. But then with the sun coming out and all, kind of just fucks it all up. Like, let me see if I could get some information back right here. Let's bring. Where was it? Oh, curves. What are we on the curves right there? So let's leave that right there for now. And if we bring down the whites, nah, see, that's not. It's like so overexposed that they're just, you can't get that information back. Highlights, tampoco. Exposure, nothing. It's gone. So what we're gonna do is leave it like this for now, which is the curves that we added.
Yeah, you know that's real talk. Yeah, keep the chorus short and sweet, but they still up.
And yeah, so like if he wants to post just the hook, he could post like this snippet.
No fear in my heart, stand tall here, that's real talk. Yeah, you know that's real talk. Yeah, ain't slept in my bed like all year.
This is all the hook of the song.
No fear in my heart, stand tall here, that's real talk.
Or if he doesn't want to post the hook, then he don't need to. He could post it starting right here. So let's say this will be his second post from this clip.
Keep the chorus short and sweet, but they still up. Know they taught me how to fish with a still hook, so I'm eating forever. You see how the grill look. Bronzino on my plate, and the chef still shook. My so every hit I do, we catch a slow mo. Council Yeri asked me what I think, that's a no go. Family at the
Let me send this actually to the homie because he's always asking about color correcting and stuff like that. I'm gonna do more lives like this, but today I'm talking about color correcting. Alright, cool. Back to the YouTube. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna do keep playing. So actually, let me just work on this real quick. I'm gonna go to my basic corrections and I'm gonna bring up the shadows and push them to about like right there. And if I did want to do exposure, I'll probably do like a 0.2. And it is a difference. Like, well, I see it, but let's see.
short and sweet, but they still up. Know they taught me how to fish with a still hook, so I'm eating forever. You
The thing too that when I brought up the shadows is that if you're just watching this now, then it's gonna look normal to you, but the reds are a little washed out, and this is what it looks like if I didn't have the shadows. They're very vibrant and dark, but I added the shadows for a reason. I bumped up the shadows for a reason so I could see a little bit more. And honestly, like if you wouldn't have seen what it looked like and see how it looks like now, I'm pretty sure it would look good to you. So let's play this out, see how this goes.
keep the chorus short and sweet, but they still up. Know they taught me how to fish with a still hook, so I'm eating forever. You see how the grill look. Bronzino on my plate, and the chef still shook. My so every hit I do, we catch a slow mo. Council Yeri asked me what I think, that's a no go. Family at the table and the conversation heavy, trying to be a made man. I don't really think you ready. I'm dolo, posing like Nicki Burns in the photo. Records whole way, so I need it all in photo. Golf course deals that I'm making in the polo. They say where you headed, everybody can't go though. I get that, but I need them niggas who gon' switch backs. All blacks pulling up a ski mask. Killers should be tired, but when I make the call, they gotta relax. Cause I'ma do whatever so that we last. Boy, ain't slept in my bed like all year. No
Technically speaking, 1, 2, 3. He could have 4 posts from one song. I could cut this right here.
Niggas who gon' switch backs, all blacks, pulling up a ski mask. Killers should be tired, but when I make the call, they gotta relax. Cause I'ma do whatever so that we last. Boy,
Let's say right here, right? One, two, three, four. Four different posts from one clip. Some might think it's, what is it called? Overkill or whatever, posting four of the same thing. But honestly, one of the reasons I started doing these, well, I'm doing this today, is also to just like give insight of how creators and artists are trying to move now. And what I mean by that is that like a lot of artists are not doing full on music videos and dropping it. You know, let's say they did a music video and they drop it on Monday. Bam. They'll probably drop a second snippet 3-4 days later of that same video. Bam. And that's it. Oh, that sounds good. I mean, I guess, yeah, that's fine.
We're gonna work out tomorrow together, okay? I think I have a client at 9. We need to work out tomorrow.
I'll see. What was I saying? Short form content, right? So like artists right now that want to be relevant and put out bodies of work, what they'll do is shoot content like this, which is what is it called? Bingo. Bingo night. What up, bro? Yeah, so like for instance, like this right here, like I said, I already lost my train of thought, but yes sir. See, I'm getting used to like talking, but I'm not that good. I lose track. I'm gonna have you announce what I'm doing when I'm editing these videos. Just you're gonna be set up right next to me and just talking. So today we are editing da 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 da. All right, let's see. For this clip right here, let's see. It starts right here.
ain't slept in my bed like all year. No fear in my heart, stand tall here. That's real talk. Yeah, you know that's real talk. Yeah, ain't slept in my bed like all.
Yeah, it does take practice, bro. This ain't easy. I like know exactly what I'm doing, and it's hard for me to explain what I'm doing when I'm trying to do it on a mic.
No fear in my heart, stand tall here. That's real talk. Yeah, you know that's real talk. Yeah.
Let's say that was it, right? Bam. So then that's a clip on its own. All right, let's go to the last one real quick before I end this. This is the last take we did, and this is how it looks without color. Now this one is also a challenge because I try to keep the clouds, visible without overexposing them, and I'm pretty sure when I add the color, they're just gonna disappear. But I'll work with what I got.
You know it. I'm exhausted.
Oh, forgot to mute the other one. Here we go.
Ain't slept in my bed like all year.
Let's add the color. We're gonna copy and paste the last color we did from the last clip and paste it on this one. Yeah, see, it's kind of getting lost, but we'll fix it up in a bit. Let's see how it looks.
I'm still on the road, hit all gears. That's real talk. Yeah, that's real talk.
I want to show you, so if you guys are tapped in right now, I want to show you one more before you get out. Actually, let me show you right now. I already did a lot of these Chinatown ones. Actually, I don't even have the track, but let's just show you guys. Let's show you this one. This one's cool. All right, we're gonna bring this out to 50%. This one had depth of field like crazy. I think I shot it at a 1.8, and people are passing by, and he's like the only thing in focus. Like, people love this. Like, once he drops this, you guys are like the first ones and only ones that are watching this. But when this artist drops this stuff, people are just gonna go crazy in the comments because of how crazy it looks. Let's add the color in, and then I could always make adjustments. But if you see this color that he has is like a tan color, and if I would have shot it really with really bad settings, this is what it would have looked like. There's no information there. I can't get this back. Like, this is lost, and you obviously want to shoot it with the best settings so that you don't get shit like this, because then I don't know, would you still post this? Probably not. So I shot it with the right settings to make sure that I could see everything, and then now I can make adjustments if it's a little too not bright enough. It's better to shoot things when they're not bright enough so that you could brighten it yourself, but if you shoot it too bright, you can't get that information back. So this is how this one looks. That's the actual audio. I would have to find the other audio, but let me just mute it for now because I just want to show the quality of it. So this is how this one looks. He's performing his track, people passing by and stuff like that. Let's see, I'll probably do right now just a quick edit. I'll do take this off, take this off, take this off, take this off, bring all of this back, bring up the exposure a bit, bring up the shadows, bring down the highlights to get that information back on his shirt right around there, and then I could obviously adjust a little more later. Probably a little brighter too. Let's go with, oh, that's right, I had to go with in the curves. These are the mids. We want to bring it up like right around there. See how that looks. And so see how that's like getting close to overexposed. But that looks pretty good. Now the last one, which was, I think it's this one. Let's see how this one looks. This one should look really good. Bam. Adding the color from the last clip. Bam. And this is how this one looks. The tweaks that I could do to this is I could bring up the exposure. I could make these blues look a little vibrant. The only thing that sucked, you see how it just got a little dark, is because of these shadows. I'm over here adjusting my lens, my filter, because the clouds just keep moving and messing up my shot, but it's just stuff I have to go in and kind of like fix myself right now. For now, let me just bring up the settings. Shadows is good there. You might just leave it something like that. Bring this up like around there. And then right here it got lost, so then I have to bring it back down. It's just like little tedious things to do. But yeah, that's how that looks. So yeah, quick little color grading clips. Nothing too crazy. I'll post the final product once. Oh, this one looks good. Me too. I haven't been there in forever. All right. Well, that's it for today. See you guys later.